College football is back, and so are we here on the Alabama Football Report. If you think Alabama will win the SEC, like the ESPN talking heads, Kirk Herbstreit among them, who predicted Alabama to win on College Game Day yesterday, then like the video right now if you think the Crimson Tide will get back on top in the best division, or best conference, and Division II in college football. We're going to look today, not at the quarterback battle. We'll revisit that, I'm sure, in the near future because it is game week, after all. At the trenches, what matters heavily for football, the offensive line and the defensive line. We'll start here on offense. Now, you do have some locks here. J.C. Latham appears set in stone as your right tackle. They gave him some reps at left tackle. I've seen in various practice photos, but probably more just in case of emergency things there. Seth McLaughlin will be your center. It's the other three spots with four players competing for those three spots. It's a bit more up in the air. One of your top options is, as you see here, Elijah Pritchett in there at left tackle. Darian Dalcourt in there at left guard. Tyler Booker at right guard. Now, Dalcourt mainly played center last year. He's now trending towards is a guard at this point. And the conversation, what Bama's working through here is, who's your left tackle and who's next to him? Dalcourt and Booker are to start over Terrence Ferguson, but they're being cross-trained at both spots as Elijah Pritchett battles Kadyn Proctor for the left tackle battle. And it would sound like the plan is, if it's Proctor at left tackle, knowing things can and very well might change before the actual games or as the season gets going, is if it's Proctor at left tackle as a true freshman, Bama would rather see Tyler Booker out there at left guard because he's played left guard in the past. And Dalcourt, moving from center to guard, could go play the right side where he would get more help from J.C. Latham, Seth McLaughlin, etc., and you would have some more confidence there. And even there's maybe a scenario where Pritchett wins the job over Proctor and they keep Booker at left guard anyway. It is a two-man battle for the final starting spot among your top five, I should say. Elijah Pritchett, who was the number 5 offensive tackle in the country back in 2022 out of Georgia. And then the 5-star, everyone's so excited about, one of several, frankly, Justice Haynes, Caleb Downs, etc. The guy from Iowa, Kadyn Proctor, who was committed to Iowa. Bama flipped him. He's the number 1, or was the number 1 tackle in the nation. Here's what Nick Saban, talking about the flip of Booker to left guard, how it could impact there, acknowledging Booker played some left guard last year, they want to get some experiences. I think it's made a lot of improvement. Basically, move some guys around to try to get a bit of balance of experience a little bit more. Booker played left guard last year. He was playing right guard, but we moved him back to left guard. I think that's helped the left tackles who are less experienced. Somebody that's got more experience, more confidence, can make calls, can help them with their communication. That doesn't mean it's the way it's going to be, but that's one thing that has helped to some degree that side of the line. So pick a left tackle for me. EP for Elijah Pritchett, KP for Kadyn Proctor. The loser likely ends up being your swing tackle, by the way, knock on wood if something happens. This is today's pinned comment, so if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage. Head down there and let me know. All right, I think the ideal outcome is if Kadyn Proctor beats out Elijah Pritchett. Now, it's not anti-Elijah Pritchett, but having a true freshman earn a starting spot for Nick Saban is normally a really good thing. That means that dude's going to be a star in both college and most likely in the NFL. There's been a lot of hype so far for the offensive line, and I would need to see it before. I've also seen some hype for Javion Cohen being a top 50 prospect at Miami after not winning a job at Bama. It's all kind of weird to me. I think there's just maybe some speaking into existence. Cohen is a different example, but there is talent up front. I want to see it. And frankly, they should dominate Middle Tennessee. They should absolutely crush them. This is Middle Tennessee. Got not even cardinal direction Tennessee, just in the middle. Doesn't even mean anything. You should blow them out. We'll talk about the odds of this game. It's obscene. You should run the ball down their throats just like Notre Dame did against Navy in the Week 0 game. Now, we will go back to Darien Dalcourt here more in depth. I know not everybody loves him. He's solid. He's reliable. He's moving from center to guard, gives you position flex along the interior line, knock on wood, if Seth McLaughlin gets hurt. I think guard is, frankly, oftentimes, people like to say, oh, maybe try him at center, which I always feel like they don't like him at guard or tackle. They say, well, give him a shot at center. I actually think guard's easier to play because center is your pivot man. If your center's not very good, the O-line tends to struggle. Here's what Dalcourt said about the position change. So far, I feel like I've gotten more comfortable in every aspect. The more you do something, the better you get at it. I've definitely gotten more comfortable and I'm looking forward to the next couple of practices to kind of polish that up for the first game. The football aspect, I would say just playing off the ball is a little bit different for me. When you're a center, you're on level 0. Not a lot of separation between you and the defender. I think the biggest difference was playing off the ball, having a little bit more time before you engage with the defender. Now, today's show is made possible by BetUS. You can get a 125% deposit bonus by heading over to chatsports.com/TideBet and using promo code TIDE125. Minimum $100 deposit gets you $125 for free, or whatever the 125% ends up looking like there. Chatsports.com/TideBet, promo code TIDE125. Here are the betting odds. A 39 point. Frankly, I am shocked that's even on book. When you start to approach, 5 to 6 touchdown lead, that's normally you can bet the money line, which will be like minus 2,000 or something for Bama to win. Which, by the way, easy money. Like, take your $10, put it on Alabama to win. You will only win like 10 cents. But that is a better return on your investment than you'll make putting it in the bank. One day of a bet, it's great. It's free money. This projects like a 46-6 win, by the way, for Alabama, which is kind of hilarious or close to it. So go bet on the Crimson Tide to win. Chatsports.com/TideBet. Promo code is TIDE125. Let's move to defense now, as I am, despite losing Will Anderson amongst others, I am excited about what this Alabama defensive front could be able to do this year. Now, Dallas Turner is going to play a key role for the Crimson Tide, and the hope here is that he emerges as the next great edge rusher for the Crimson Tide, or ignoring for the most part the freshmen on this list, and maybe a Keon Keeley or a Yanze Pierre emerges, but kind of thinking that Keanu Coates or maybe Quandarius Robinson is your top third edge alongside Chris Braswell. Your trench play, I am excited about. Jaheim Oatis, I think, is going to have a big-time breakout year. I'm excited about Tim Smith being healthy, about him being healthy. There should be some fun features for this Bama defense. So of the front five, when you're in that 3-4 base look, right? Who will be Alabama's MVP on the defensive front? Drop that player name for me in the comment section right now. My answer is Dallas Turner. Now, Dallas Turner is not a heavy football player. Listed at 6'4", 242, and he might be playing more in the 230s. I remember Bama listed, what would they list Bryce Young at last year? Like in the 190s, 200s? He was playing in like the 180s all year. And even then lost a little bit of weight too. That wasn't how it was really going there. But I'm excited about Dallas Turner. I think he is going to impress. He is going to become a first-round pick this upcoming season. I'm a sucker for a fatty as well. And Jaheim Oatis, who has lost weight in a good way, he's over 400 pounds, is not close to that anymore. He still qualifies that as that big hog molly up front. He did not think he was going to play in year one. Injuries kind of forced the hand of the Crimson Tide. So in a small sample size, he's actually looked very impressive. Speaking of lost weight, Tim Keenan has lost 28 pounds this summer. And knowing how the Crimson Tide, like all football teams tend to do, rotate their front defensive linemen, we will see some of Tim Keenan this season. Here's what Nick Saban said about the defensive lineman. He's moving a lot better. He's a lot quicker. He's always had a lot of explosive power. He's been a pleasant surprise this camp. He's the guy that's playing like a starter, actually. I think that's a good thing. Extra depth is always valuable up front. I think this Bama team is going to be like the older Bama teams. You're going to run the football. You're going to not turn the football over, and your defense is going to carry you. I'm excited about what they can do on that side of the football this season.